to Houston, Texas, and Rice Stadium, home to the Owls. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Rice Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Pitt lined up for the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Rice's offense will start this game off. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. And I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
And here's the thing. Proving it is one thing, Jess, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
He fought them all for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Rides to back and leaves it. Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36. Now on the option. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The kick is on its way. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. So Pittsburgh's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. You need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone.
There he goes! And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. And the Panthers heading quickly to the line.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker in the ball.
Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down.
Good enough for a first down.
They run the reverse. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. The Panthers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Holstein. Gets it out fast. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Offense breaks the huddle, it's 3rd down. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Got it in the middle, it's Lee. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. And this one splits the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? What do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going, down 3-0. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They'll run the option. He breaks a tackle. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And I tell you what, it's hard to be a quarterback in an option offense when you got so many things you have to be accountable for, and then you got to take care of the football, right? When you do make the decision to run, right or wrong, it's your decision. Now you got to wrap that thing up. You can't fumble the football there.
Great place to start for this offense. Off play action on first down. That's caught. It's Johnson. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Pitt right back to the line.
Brings up 2nd down.
Caught close to the marker. It's Lee. He'll step out of bounds at about the 11. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. To the air. It's Holstein. He caught it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. A first down run on the doorstep. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Panthers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Texas Tech endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Lubbock, and the Red Raiders came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is still a W. A collision between ranked teams always impacts the big picture, fellas, and it appears that's the case again today.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. 2nd down coming up. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Under fire. Intercepted. The defense has set him up. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking for a man. It's Holstein. Intercepted to stop the threat. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He'll keep it himself, finding open areas. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on first down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. The Owls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He'll do it himself. Runs through the tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Quarterback on the keeper. Powers through the defender. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And, man, what great effort. You could tell he was fighting, scratching, breaking tackles. The problem is when you give all those second efforts and you got all those guys holding you up, slowing you down, now that football becomes vulnerable. You can punch it out. Defense punches the football out, lands on top of it. Nice momentum swing for this defense.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Back to pass. It's Holstein. Pressure coming. Still looking. Slips away. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. They'll try to get it through the air. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Right down the boulevard. And now the lead's extended a little further.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Houston. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside historic Rice Stadium.
Rice ready to kick off and get things started here in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. On the run, it's Reed. He's stuffed after picking up one to the 23. Pitt pushing the pace.
Third down coming.
Looking for a man. It's Holstein. Fires to the wideout. Connection to the right. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practiced, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the...
That's a first down for the offense.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds a man in the middle. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
Turning it on. Powers through. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling.
For the offense.
Motion from the wide receiver. Run in the red zone. It's Reed. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Out of the gun, the inside give. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. And the Panthers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Direct snap. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
0.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Spins away from the defense. He'll go out of bounds at the 22, methodically moving it away from their own end zone.
Second down coming up.
It's a reverse. Shakes off the defender. Defense just going after him. They stop him for a loss of 6. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Here's the pressure. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Loss of 12 on the play. Coming up, fourth down.
That's the end of the period, and Pittsburgh has the lead. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Pulled and finds his man on the left. Snowed under by the defense. They're dealing with a second and long. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Looking to throw, it's Holstein. The short hands, it's Reed. Breaks into the open. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
With the run on first and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. See if they can get it done on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Keeping it on the ground on third and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
With that last touchdown, looks like they're going to start this season 4-0, and you've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. But they've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
Rice, 0.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. Let's see what they've got on second down. Hand off from the shotgun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? And the Owls are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Makes a grab past the marker. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Scanning the field, it's Jenkins. Got a man, it's Barnett. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. And after this play, the cake will be baked. They'll go up top on second and short. Here's a throw downfield late. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. And now this team has fallen into a 3-game slide, and a season of promise has now had a lot of promises broken.
Yeah, this is a team that really needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror right now and make a decision. What are we going to be? What am I about? What am I willing to do at this point of the season to get this thing turned around? A lot of tough and real conversations are going to have to take place.
And this is when the coaches really make their money, right? How can I get my kids to focus when I know there's probably not a lot to play for down the road?